On this episode, we share our favorite things about the holidays. Today is November 24th, 2023, and this is episode 620 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Then if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. If you're planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, it can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating, especially when it comes to advanced dining reservations. But Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service. All right, so today's episode will be hopefully a fun one, and it is Thanksgiving morning.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, Rhonda. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. By the time this comes out, you will have all enjoyed your Thanksgiving festivities.
You'll be
your
having
meal.
seconds.
Maybe you are. Yo, leftover sandwiches, turkey
Yes.
sandwiches. What's how do you like your leftover turkey? We'll
Just
start there.
plain. Everybody, you
But
like it
in a
weird.
sandwich, right?
Yes, I like
Yeah.
it toast with toast bread toasted with a light mayonnaise on it, turkey, salt and pepper, and that's it. And
Yeah.
it is phenomenal to me.
I think that's outstanding. My favorite is plain. It's very plain. I like a good thick white bread, but you butter it, don't toast it. You load it with turkey, just like that. A lot of butter.
Okay?
Or you go all out and you go like the Earl of Sandwich route and you load up with turkey and leftover stuffing and maybe a little smear of mashed potatoes and some gravy, some cranberry sauce. But anyway, this is a complete improv episode where we're just going to talk about the holidays, some of our favorite things, traditions, everything from home to the theme parks. And we're just going to kind of go with it there, which is why how you like your leftovers is pretty good. We what is our Thanksgiving like this year? Because today
We
is
already had it.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Yeah, it just feels like another day today so far.
Yes, because we've already had it. To me, Thanksgiving, I absolutely love, is where you get together with either family or friends, or both, and you have, you kind of start in the morning, maybe early afternoon, and you start cooking, and you have some appetizers. And then, maybe later you have this nice big Thanksgiving feast. And unfortunately, my parents are out of town now, my brother and Jeremy's parents. So we have no family anymore. So our really good friends that we consider family now across the street, Russ and Claire, invited us over. And it was just amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Amazing. And the funniest thing is Claire kept looking at all the food coming in and she was like, "Oh my God, are we feeding the entire neighborhood?" Well, the funniest part was when we were cleaning up, there was not a lot of leftovers, which was shocking.
I was telling my parents that this morning because the one thing my mom makes every year, whether we're having Thanksgiving or Christmas at our house, and we're now in this flip-flop stage, that we started 2 years ago, where each year we're going to spend Thanksgiving away, Christmas at home. The following year we'll spend Thanksgiving at home, Christmas away. So this year we're at the Thanksgiving away, Christmas at home. But every single year, my mom makes this corn casserole and yams, and the girls just love them. So they made those and took them over.
Yeah.
And with all the food that was there, they were pretty much almost completely gone.
Well, and it was
which was
super
great.
funny because he didn't ask us to bring those, but I was like, "What do the girls want?"
Yeah.
And this was Sunday. And I was like, "I got 3 12-hour days to work." I'm like, "Let's just make it. If nobody eats it except the girls and us,
Yeah.
we'll bring all this home and they can eat it for the next 3 days."
Yeah.
Well, they did not get to.
Yeah.
Everybody ate it, which is fine.
And
but
it was great.
Fun. It was great. And then, it was a regular 3 days. And now today we woke up and I didn't set an alarm, which was phenomenal. And if I get to bed pretty decent hour, I'm still waking up.
Right.
My sleeping in is like 7:30,
Yeah.
7:15.
Yeah.
Without an alarm.
Yeah, so at least you got
did.
that. But it was nice. And so today we're going to head down to Universal. We're going to get checked in. We've got a 4:30 meal. I don't know if you'd call it lunch, dinner at Vivo Italian. So that will be our Thanksgiving Day meal. And then, we're going to do Epcot, take the girls to Epcot on Friday, and then back to Universal on Saturday.
Which, while you're listening, this is Festival of the Holidays.
Kick off a Festival of the Holidays.
Super excited.
So speaking of holidays, let's get into the holidays, and let's just start maybe first with what are some of your favorite holiday or Christmas season traditions at home when we are home for the holidays, and that can be the entire length of the season, which for us starts November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a good 2 months out of the holiday season, and we decorate real early. What are some of your favorite things as far as that goes, whether they relate to theme parks or not? But like when we're home during this season, what do you like to watch? What do you like to do?
Well, number one is Hallmark.
Yeah.
Number one.
Oh, yeah. We've seen many a Hallmark.
Yeah. Number two is definitely just spending some family time together and figuring out what to do. Like, last year we watched that movie, which I was very skeptical on, Violent Night, and Hopper.
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Oh, God. David Harbour.
Okay. He's in it. And I mean, it was just fantastic.
That movie is outstanding.
It really is. It's very violent.
Yeah. Violence aside, it is such a good, heartwarming movie.
It really is.
As weird as that sounds.
It really is. It's
beautiful. Like we haven't watched it yet this season because we want to get everyone together, and Talon I don't believe has seen it.
Correct.
And
Talon hasn't seen it.
Talon over
so
and
make
an evening of it.
We're gonna do that and make some peppermint bark, which is what I'm excited for. And I just, that's the things that I think I look forward to is, and especially more now. Kaylin is less than a week away from scheduling her 16th birthday / her driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
My brother said the other night when I was talking to him, you only got 2 more years with her. And I'm like, shush. I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I think now things have changed where I just want to spend time and enjoy these memories and have things. So I'm super excited. The girls were super excited when we told them we were going to Epcot, and we got them tickets, which I was very shocked at, but I'm very excited. We are going to do the cookie stroll. Lacey was wanting those. I'm like, this year.
We got reinforcements this year.
But I'm like, this year, let's get like the black and white cookie we get every year, and I don't love it. So I'm like, let's not get that one. Let's get the ones we love. Jeremy hasn't done his research yet to see if there's new ones.
Oh, I've looked at it all. I'm so unimpressed with the menus of Festival of the Holidays this year.
Really?
They're just phoning it in. There's
Are there new items?
Italy's all new. Mexico's all new, but we get that every time. And I believe France is pretty new. Other than that, it's just repeats of everything we've had.
Which repeats are good.
It's
and can
fine.
be.
I'm not as excited about the menu items as I am about
just
being with family and friends, and I want to do the Olaf hunt and go ahead and buy that. And that was the whole like catalyst for this swapping of being away, was that it gets an opportunity for our family of 4 to be together and put a lot of focus on our family of 4. And we've always hosted the holidays and we love it, and we have your parents and my parents and your brother and sister and their family and everybody over, and it's outstanding. We absolutely love it. But everything gets kind of lost sometimes, and you don't get the focus on our kids and stuff, which is one of the reasons we kind of started this. Because like you said, I mean, in theory, we got 2 years left with Kaylin. We got about 4 years left with Lacey, and that's it. And in the first 18 years of your kids' lives, you see them like some ridiculous amount more than you will after that. You know what I mean? Because they move out, you hopefully see them once a month or something if you're lucky, like, as opposed to seeing them every day. So that was really like the reason that I wanted to start doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm just super, like, today will be the 4 of us. And it's going to be us all day. And we get to, we haven't had a trip with just the 4 of us since last Christmas.
Wow.
And this is going to sound
That's
awful.
Crazy.
with Rhonda's schedule and with the way we just live our lives and the busyness of everything, we're not a family that the four of us sit at a dinner table every night and talk about our day. You know, we don't. I would venture to say that the last time the four of us sat down for a meal, only the four of us, was Christmas Day last year.
Wow.
And it's sad to say, but it's just the truth of it. And that's why we're so super like excited for this. But the holidays at home, you know, for us, it's decorating, it's setting up the Christmas village that we've been collecting since the when I moved down here. I think is when we bought our first piece back in 2005, and we've added a piece every single year. So we have to add at least something this year, even if it's just like a little figurine or whatever. Yeah. It's, you know, putting the ornaments on the tree and decorating. It's watching Hallmark movies. It's watching the Santa Claus movies and you know, all the
like ones that to us are like, let's see, we have The Grinch, Christmas Vacation.
Yep. Christmas with the Cranks. Santa Clauses. Noel, I think, has made our list of ones. We've already put that on this year.
It's because of you.
Come on.
It's good.
It is good.
And it sucked me in at the very end. Yeah. Like I was, because you just had it on as like
it's made
background.
Exponentially better by having Anna Kendrick in it.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Bill Hader too. Bill Hader's great.
Let's see. I'm trying to think any other ones that.
Well, and there's a whole slate. I have the list behind me as I was perusing through YouTube trailers. There's a whole slate of new movies. This is where it's getting so hard. Is like, all right, I've got
but this is YouTube, and this is stuff that like and then all of course movies. All of our Hallmark, but but this is stuff that like we usually don't venture too much away. We never watched what was it, the Chronicles or something?
The Christmas Chronicles. We've still never seen.
What's his face?
Yeah, was that Kurt Russell?
Yes.
Still never seen that. And there's two of them now.
Yeah. But you said, "Oh, we're gonna watch."
I know. It is so hard.
Run out of time.
It's so hard to make time. You know, I mean, and that's everybody's deal. Like it's hard to find time to do some of these things, but we try to. If I've got a list of 6 movies I would love to watch that are new this year. If we don't watch any of the 6, I'm okay with that. I would like to, but as long as we hit those ones that you all said, you know, because those are the ones that are tradition to us. Our tradition, and Kaylin's already mentioned it, is the church and school down the street that sets up their whole light drive-through display. Yep. And
when we were taking Talon to work the other day, she actually mentioned that and then said something about like, yeah, I saw that because I was like, oh, they've started.
Yeah.
And then, so.
Well, we'll finish up with movies and we'll move to the parks. I put on yesterday because it's the only Thanksgiving movie I can really think of is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, my goodness. Why is that Thanksgiving?
He's trying to get home for Thanksgiving to his family. First of all, it is one of the best comedies ever made. The moments from John Candy's character, especially in the room where he does the whole speech where he's like, I like me. You know how you take actors like Jim Carrey or Robin Williams, you know, some of these incredible comedic actors who went into dramatic roles. I can't imagine what John Candy would have done with truly dramatic roles if he had lived longer. He would have been amazing, and you see moments of it in this movie. But here's what I just was interested in looking up. How old do you think Steve Martin was in that movie? Remember what he looks like?
Oh, he's probably 20, 25.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Rhonda.
Okay.
He's a full head of gray hair, is traveling home to a wife and 3 children. He was 41 years old.
Okay.
41. I'm 44.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked at that and I was like, is that how I'm represented in movies? Now, he got gray early.
Well,
full gray.
You're catching up, man.
I'm guessing John Candy was probably around the same age, but that movie is just, it's one of the best.
Well, you said he liked meat, you said? I like meat. John Candy said, what? I like meat. Didn't earlier?
No. It's a thoughtful, why would he say, I like meat? When he says, I like me. After Steve Martin's character, Neil Page rips into Del Griffin, he has this like 3-minute speech that is just the most emotional thing ever about just being himself and being authentic and true to himself. I think John Candy did like meat as well, but Del Griffin likes me. He's like, I like me. My wife likes me. My clients like me. You know why? Because I'm the real deal. And it's just like, and in that moment, Steve Martin's like, wow, I'm a jerk. Like this. It's just incredible. Let's move on to the theme parks. We're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving, Christmas this weekend at both Universal and Disney World, Universal Orlando.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you love about Universal Orlando during the holiday season that you're excited for while we're there?
The Grinch. Always love the Grinch.
Holiday spectacular.
Yeah.
I have been looking at the day. I would like to do it today.
Okay.
If we can catch it before our meal, that is my number one goal as soon as we get to the park, is to line up for that.
Okay. I love that, and really that's probably the main thing. I just love the decorations and stuff. Because obviously Disney World and each park has my heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I got a little Grinch bag with his hat on, and I got me a Grinch shirt to wear, and
we won't be able to catch it tonight based on our meal time, but I'm hoping Saturday we can catch the parade. That's sponsored by Macy's.
That's
which
fun.
I love. And when you're standing there in the New York section of Universal Studios, and the snow and the confetti and everything goes off and the parade's coming through, it is incredible.
It is, and it really does.
Truly Christmas.
It does remind me of like watching it on TV.
Yeah.
So I do really like that part too.
That's another one I'd like when we get there today, is go ahead and pick up. They're always going to have they have like their own tree hunt with Earl the squirrel.
That's cute.
Still, one of my top 5 meet and greets ever was meeting Earl last year when Kaylin was in her full Christmas suit that lit up, and he pretended like he was going to throw her on the tree to light it up. I mean, it's awesome. One of my favorite family photos ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when we tacked on that day. We need
photos.
to really make sure we take photos this weekend. The decor there's wonderful. Meeting the Grinch is near impossible. We can look, but it's pretty tough to go ahead and be able to do standby and meet the Grinch if you don't book the breakfast and whatever.
Right.
But
it almost be nice too.
Remember with Kat and Michael, and we had Kaylin with us?
Yeah, because we had to wear our masks.
Yeah.
And
that photo is printed and sits on our fridge year round.
If we could do the family, that'd be amazing.
Oh, it'd be so good. But the holidays at Universal are really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're not to the level, I would say, of extracurricular activities that they are over at Disney, as far as like food and drink and things like the candlelight processional, and of course you've got 2 parks compared to 4, but the hotels do well. We're staying at Dockside.
They've always done well, I think. Anytime we've stayed.
Cabana Bay, to me, if you're talking about must visits for holiday decor, Cabana Bay is amazing because it's this 1950s retro vibe, and that giant like 2-story atrium lobby with the tree in the middle is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I don't think of Universal in the same way. We're like, we got a resort hop, we got to see the gingerbread house, and we've got to see the carousel, and we've got to see all these things. But it really is a wonderful place to spend the holidays, and I'm excited that we're going to get to do both, especially in this same weekend.
Yes.
Will be cool.
Yeah.
Now moving over to Disney World, which we will be visiting on Friday.
Yay.
We will be visiting on December 7th and 8th and the 21st and 22nd. So.
We are?
Yeah. I thought I told you. Did I not mention I booked the Drury Inn for the 21st? So we will have our last little hurrah before actual Christmas.
What day is that?
It's a Thursday. You're going to come home and work, I think, Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good. All good. It's written in the calendar. And I had Disney with a question mark, and I erased the question mark. So it's official now.
Okay.
But what are some of your favorite parts about spending holidays at Disney? I mean, we spent our first Christmas day there last year.
Oh, it was amazing.
And it was one of the best.
Just, everything you just said, the decorations, and of course Disney World has, more of the food and drink, which is super fun. I enjoy trying some of that. And then just, I don't know. Like I said, Disney has my heart. So it's just so heartwarming to be there and see it, and I just really enjoy it.
Here's the one advantage I will give to Universal during the holidays. You can go on a trip and do it all.
Yeah, that's
it's the only downside of Disney.
Yeah.
Now, again, we're very fortunate. We're going to have 3 trips, and heck, we've technically already had 1 or 2. We've already done Jollywood Nights. We've already seen a lot.
Yep.
We're lucky to have 5 or 6 trips often during the Disney holiday season to catch most of it, and we still can't see it all. Universal, we can accomplish most all of it in the 3 days that we'll be there this weekend.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things, like if you have your checklist of items you definitely want to do and conquer everything, like right now, I don't know that we'll see Animal Kingdom.
I'm
And
okay with that. I've never loved Animal
I
Kingdom.
love Animal Kingdoms. It's not
it's-
worth
No.
planning around,
Right,
but it is
because
worth
it's-
getting to if you can.
To me, I feel like it'd be the decorations that Kaylin would have in her room.
Yeah, yeah.
You walk in and you're
It's all
like
earthy.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, wait, is it decorated? Oh wait,
Right.
yeah, it is. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. So
Yeah.
whereas like Hollywood and Magic, you just walk in and it's just like, and even Epcot when they have the tree up front and stuff for Festival of the Holidays, like
Mhm.
I'm just like, there it is.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. It's just, I think I kind of like almost in your face Christmas, like the reds.
Oh,
and
I
the
agree. I
greens
mean, that's
and-
why we love Hollywood Studios, I
Yeah.
think, the most, is because it actually ventures outside of the main strip, whereas Magic Kingdom is really tied to Main Street.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons we've always kind of, I guess, loved Hollywood Studios more, is it's kind of just throughout, and it just has this incredible feel to it. But I'm excited to check everything out on Friday. I feel like we're going to be really like gung-ho because we have the girls with us for one day. So it's really like, what can we get done? What can we see?
Well, I
as
want
far
to see
as-
what they want to do.
Of course. And
Like Lacey's
yep,
already.
she's ready for rides. She wants to
Cosmic
do
Rewind
Cosmic
twice.
Twice. She wants to do Test Track. She wants to do Remy's Ratatouille
Yep.
Adventure. She wants to eat cookies. Kaylin wants to probably get teriyaki chicken from Katsura Grill.
Yay.
The most festive meal of all.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be exciting to see what they want to do and get to spend that time with them back in a Disney park for the first time in almost a year. I mean,
Yep.
Lacey was there for a day in March with the dance competition, but
Mhm.
Kaylin's not been since Christmas Day when we
Mhm.
did Magic Kingdom last year. So it's been a good 11 months for her to step foot in a Disney park.
Yep.
And I'm just excited that they're excited. And I'm really looking forward to this weekend and this trip. So with that being said,
We're gonna wrap
we're
it
gonna
up.
we're gonna
so
cut
we
this
can-
one a little short. I know this was a quick one, but we always want to get the content out to you guys, and sometimes it's just fun for us to sit and talk. Because same thing, this is a conversation we would have had on the way down anyway.
Yeah.
And instead of putting on those mics, which I don't like the sound, we wanted to give you the high quality sound that we try to bring you every week.
And we don't need to rush down there.
No, there's no
Let
rush.
the
We're
kids
just kind of
sleep
relaxing.
in.
We got
Yep.
picked up Starbucks holiday
Yes.
drinks this morning.
Yes,
had a
they
little
were
something to
open
eat.
until
Yeah.
2 p.m. today. I was
They are.
super excited.
And but our Be Nice to Cast Member shirts on sale now at mainstreetshirts.com. And people really love them, but just be nice. Another one, be nice to retail workers.
Mm-hmm.
You've got people right now that are away from their family. They're working at Starbucks. They're working at today Cracker Barrel.
Yep. Talon's working
Talon
today.
works today at Cracker Barrel this afternoon. Like they are, away from their families. They're away from everything. They're missing out on some of these holiday traditions that we love so much. So just don't be a jerk. It's not the person's fault at Starbucks that they were out of the apple crisp this morning, which is what I originally wanted. So I went for the next thing. And it
I heard you
just,
kind of and I was like, uh-oh,
well,
what's
no,
wrong?
because when I did my I always go to previous because I already have my crazy concoction like laid out, and it's just easier for me to hit reorder. But at that point, it doesn't tell you that it's out of stock. If you go to do a new order, it'll tell you that it's out of stock. So I was all the way through and I hit order, and it said, "Are you sure you want to place this order without this beverage?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" And then it said out of stock, and I was like, "Oh." So I just went to the next best thing. But it's not these retail workers and the people working at restaurants and in hospitality. None of that frontline staff. Anything that occurs to you, 99.9% of the time, is not their fault.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Unless they just come at you with an attitude or something. And if they do, the chances are is because it's the last straw for them.
Well, and then you this is where you're thankful that like Starbucks is open because they should and could be closed to be home with their families. Costco gas is closed today, so I cannot get that.
That's right.
I have to go to 7-Eleven, but it was funny yesterday. I was so busy. I was like gonna get you to look up Starbucks because I wanted it this morning. And my client was kind enough to start looking it up. And then she was like, if I couldn't find it, I was going to call. I was like, oh. And then I think one of the funniest things yesterday, and I just laughed, and I needed it because it was very stressful. Client was very late, but it was super funny. She has a family that there's probably going to be close to 40 maybe people. It's a very large family. But they were like, all right,
have
well,
40 friends and 40 acquaintances. And
I
them all in
think
their
we do.
family? Whew.
But anyways, so she tells me that they got a turkey that was like over 20 pounds, 20 something pounds. Somebody else is doing, so that's going to be baked. Somebody else I think is doing a fried, maybe a smaller one, 15. When you do fried, you usually have to do it smaller. Somebody's bringing a honey baked ham. You would assume at least 10 pounds, correct?
God, I love honey baked hams.
Well, her sister was like, well, I'm going to get one too and make it just for leftovers and stuff. She got a 30-pound turkey. They have, by the time they get all
I hope
together.
she started cooking it 2 days ago.
Listen, this is what was so funny to me. I was like, you're going to have 70 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
75. I was dying laughing.
To be fair, I think they say to factor in, and I don't know if that includes leftovers, like a half pound of meat per person.
Then she kind of did the math and she said, that's only a little over 2 pounds a person. And her
That's
daughter's
still a
like,
lot, but
2 pounds
yeah.
of meat. It was, I was dying.
But that's what we do,
So
and we'll do
funny.
it for Christmas this year, is I always fry a whole turkey,
Mhm.
and then we usually bake turkey breast, bone-in turkey breast.
Mhm.
And that baked turkey breast doesn't get touched usually on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
It is strictly to carve for leftovers.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll eat those for a while. And then, another thing I think which is a tradition is, and we'll have to go through the parents and all, but I'm sure your parents will. Your parents always bring a ham.
Mhm.
And we always take whatever those leftovers are and we freeze them. And then I pull them out on New Year's Day and I chop it up to put in the black-eyed peas. Like that's just kind of one of those types of tradition too. But
Ooh, we should do the black-eyed peas salad this year from
from Tusker House.
Tusk,
We could do that. That could be our New Year's Day black-eyed peas because I'll eat that one. That
I know.
stuff was good.
I know. Well, Rob though.
Yeah, he probably will. It was funny
Okay.
that Tina's mom messaged yesterday about collard greens. Did you see that?
No.
Maybe you weren't in it. No, she did. She messaged about the collard greens because Rob and Tina love the collard greens that I make on New Year's Day.
So she's
I
making
guess
them for
she's making them for
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Aw.
She asked if I put red pepper flakes in them, and I said no, but I always have the
Right.
Texas Pete not Tabasco, it's the clear
Yep.
pepper sauce
Yep.
to go with them. So if anybody wants to spice them up.
Well, that's
So,
fun. So they're going to do that, and then
Yeah.
they're going to come meet us
Yep,
tomorrow
come
evening.
meet us tomorrow
and
evening.
So we'll get our Thanksgiving with our other side of the
Yeah.
family friend.
Super excited. But if you want to hear all about our trip this weekend, the upcoming Candlelight Processional, where we're eating breakfast at Akershus and seeing the one and only Neil Patrick Harris, a whole lot more content coming throughout this holiday season and beyond, including our look ahead to 2024, as well as an episode on the things we loved about 2023. You want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, get the brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And as long as you're out there, it would be your gift to us if you could leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.